Unapologetic with Dr. G, when I have an opportunity to talk to some amazing people, and today is no different. We have with us the remix coach, Kendell Lenice. How are you doing today?
I am doing amazing. Thank you so much for having me on this amazing platform. I'm loving it. And you look
Okay.
beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself because one, the remix coach, I need to know what this is about.
Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm a transformational life coach. I've been that for about 20 years. I'm an author and speaker. And I coined the phrase, it's never too late to remix your life. So at any stage, age, or phase, you can remix your life. And a lot of people think because you're this age or you look like this or you're from here or it's too late for this, you can't remix your life. But I'm here to tell you at any stage, age, or phase, it's never too late to remix your life. The remix coach.
Okay, okay. I love that. I love it. So I always ask everybody that comes on this platform, what are you unapologetic about in this moment?
Whew, I'm unapologetically trying to, not even trying, keeping my peace. So I'm at a point in stage and game that I need to keep my personal peace. And I went on a journey of my personal peace, even wrote a book about it for everyone else. But it's so important to keep this vessel clean and toxic free. So I'm unapologetically living in my peace right now, my personal peace.
Okay, so now I have to ask, what does that look like? What does
Mm.
living in your peace look like?
It means removing toxic people from your life if you have to, and sometimes they're even your family. They're the closest people to you, but you have to protect your space. So that it looks like that. It looks like meditating. It looks like reading, being about what I consume as far as social media, movies, songs, whatever it is. If it's going to interrupt my peace, then I'm not with it. You get what I'm saying? So it's
I get,
about intentionally living in your peace.
that you said something so compelling because family, you can't always, how do you just get rid of your family if they're disturbing your peace?
You stop answering the phone. the same way, the same way. Just because someone calls you, it doesn't mean that you have to answer every time they call. You get what I'm saying? So if you're in
Oh,
that
yeah.
peace moment or you're, kicking back, watching TV, listening to music, hanging with friends, whatever you're doing, and that call comes and you know the history of that call or of that person, then you don't have to engage. It's your phone. You can decide whether you answer it
Mm,
or not. Not to say you just ignore them forever, but if that's what you have to do, sometimes that's what you have to do. If someone is always bringing you drama or pain, or you get anxiety when they're around, or as soon as you see their name, you're like, oh boy, and you start feeling that feeling, then that's someone that's not bringing you peace. That's someone that's disrupting your peace. And
mm.
that's a way to do that. And I'm just a firm believer of communication as well and saying, hey, listen, every time I talk to you, I had to do that with a personal family member, a couple. And the family member called me 2 days ago and was like, I haven't heard from you. I said, because I'm not down for arguing and I want to keep my peace. And they said, well, I don't want to argue anymore either, even though they're the ones that, that start the arguments. I don't want to argue anymore either. I was like, okay, cool, we can talk. And we
Yeah.
talked for a whole hour with no drama or that person judging someone else or that person talking about somebody else or that person saying this or saying that. And at the end of the call, I was like, this is cool. We talked a whole hour and it was all good. So, and
Yeah.
sometimes, like they say, it be your family. So sometimes you have to, draw that boundary and draw that line in the sand so it's not murky, and having communication and talking, it makes it clear so they understand why. Because when they called, I could have said, oh no, I've just been busy. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
because I don't want to argue. And it's about making it plain so they understand or think again before they call. You know what I'm saying? With some foolishness, they're
Hmm.
like, okay, I remember what she said last time. So it's about really just communicating your feelings, and you're the protector of this. God is the protector of all of us, but you're the protector of you, and you have to really know that it's not selfish to protect you, and it's
Yeah.
okay to remove people if you need to for the time being, or if it continues for forever.
Yeah, I also think that living in peace, a peaceful place,
Mm-hmm.
is also living in your truth. You can't have peace if you're not living in your truth. So
Yeah.
you're right. I think that there's a transformation that takes place when you're honest.
Yeah.
And so I commend you for even saying, "Oh no, I didn't feel like talking to you because I didn't want to argue."
Yeah. But and
So
it's funny because you have to grow into that sometimes, because sometimes you think I'm a woman of a certain age, and I've earned the rights to protect me and to let someone know how I feel. I do it them a disservice and myself a disservice if I don't let them know how I feel. And it
yeah.
wasn't always like that. I would just accept it, take it, and deal with it. But I don't do that any longer. Mm-mm.
So when did that remix take place for you?
Whew. Probably in my 20s and 30s. I don't think I was doing that as often as I should have.
Hmm.
In my 40s, that's when it really happened. And now I'm 50. So, and I have no problem. Yes. 50. Shout out to
Oh,
the 50 and over.
okay.
I just
Okay.
turned 50 on June 17th.
Okay, I was going to say, because first of all, okay, 50, I have to see the driver's license or something, because you over here looking like a whole baby.
Thank you. I met you when I was still 49 and a half and a half and a half.
I know, but you know what? That's just something, a testament to living in your peace. And I feel like you age slower. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
what are your thoughts on that? Because I honestly feel like, because I don't really stress, I don't feel like I have room or time for that. And maybe that's that over 40 shift. Um, that I've really started feeling that way. I'm like, look, I can't control it. I can't worry about it. And so I think that with an age thing, the less you stress, the younger you look.
Yeah, I agree. And thank you for that. And you as well, because you look beautiful. Your skin is glowing.
Thank you.
As you know, I rushed in here, so I don't know how I don't know how the final product is gonna look, but hey, I'm living in my truth. I ran in here to do it. It is what it is. And it does. Once you get to a certain age, you less think about what someone else says or feels. You really are focusing on you. And for years, women have been taught it's selfish to think about them. It's selfish to practice self-care. It's selfish to protect your space. We have been told, no, you can't do that. You got to be there for everybody. And meanwhile, you're
Hmm.
in the background crumbling, crying. And then when they call, you're like, hello, how are you? And you just got finished crying because you don't know
Yeah.
how to handle it all. But you have to drop some of those balls sometimes, and you can't pick up anybody else's.
Hmm. So let me ask you this. You're the remix coach. You do a number of things. But let's talk about you being a life coach. When you are, coaching people to better themselves and
Mm-hmm.
live in their truth,
Mm-hmm.
what made you coin, calling it a remix? And then you said that you have a saying about, it's never too old.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your clients are mostly inclined to say, I feel like I'm too old to make this shift or these changes? Is that why you got to coin the remix coach uh,
No,
for your brand?
no, actually, I've remixed my life time and time again, and it's never too late to remix your life. Sometimes it's a matter of life and death about
Mm,
remixing it. Are you just going to sit still and listen to what everyone says, meaning society, if you're this age, if you look like this, if you're from here, if you do this, if you do that. And one day, and this has been my phrase for maybe the last 15 years, it could be a little
mm,
more. I stopped counting, but I was tired of hearing people say, I'm too dark for this. I'm too old for this. I'm too light for this. My hair is too curly for this. If I'm brown, I can't wear orange lipstick. If I'm too light, I can't wear yellow. I can't do this. And this came from people like 30. Oh, I'm 30. I thought I would have this by now. I thought I should have done this. I'm like, it's not too late unless your address is at somebody's graveyard, then it's too late.
mm.
But as long as you're above those 6 feet, then it's never too late. So if you want to change your career at 30, 40, 50, 60, you can. If you want to get married at 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, we just saw like a couple that went viral. They were in their 90s. You can. You know,
Yes.
if you want to start something new, a new hobby, you can. If you want to create a business, like there's nothing you can't do if you're still here. You have to have the desire to do that. So that's my message as a transformation life coach. It's important because I like to use transformation and not change, because sometimes when we change, we go on back a little bit. But if you transform, you're transforming your mind, your body, and the way that you look at things. So it's never too late. Sometimes it's a matter of life and death. And I sincerely say that, you know, I went back to college. I got two more degrees. I got one at 41, then I got another one at 47.
Hey, okay, all
Yeah.
right. That's all good stuff. So, how can people connect with you? What do you have going on? Give us the deets on everything that you have going on. Where can people? I know I got this beautiful brooch from you. I think people should know where to get things, everything, all things Kendell Lenice, the remix coach. How can people get in touch?
Yes, well, thank you. And I'm so glad and honored that you are wearing that to Be Empowered brooch. I make them all myself by hands, and they're very special. It's a sisterhood. You read it. But everyone can reach me, Kendell Lenice, across the board on social media. That's TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that, Kendell Lenice. And for more information about my coaching and speaking, I'm also a talk show host for Sheen Magazine's Sheen Talk, as well as my own in YouTube, Kendell Lenice as well. I have a lot of content over there. So I would love everyone to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for more information about me, livingtruelivingyou.com. Oh, the brooch, LeniceBoutique.com. In my new book, My Personal Journey of Peace, which I was talking about, a 30-day guided journal workbook. It's huge. It's thick. It allows you to do the work. If you lost your peace, if you don't know how to find it, you want to reclaim it, claim it. But the book is not for perfect people. So if you want to continue growing and you want to do your work, it's a perfect book for you to get that. And that's available on Amazon.
Okay, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. I'm telling you all, go get the book, get the brooch, get the transformational change that you need. Thank you so much for coming out. I definitely appreciate it. And for all of you who are watching, make sure and stay tuned, because you never know who the next guest is going to be. And that was your unapologetic moment with Dr. G.
Thank you.